Hi everyone, and welcome back to another No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to Illusion Connect, all the January updates, super exciting stuff. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, 7,500 subs, we'll be doing that giveaway. Alright, let's jump right into it and look at this. Dear leaders, maintenance is currently occurring. Now, just note, look at this hero right here, or this sprite work. This is going to be a teaser for the new hero, and yes, we are going to be taking a look at her skills. You know, pretty much maintenance is going to be for 3 hours, 0600. I believe that's like 10 p.m. PST and 1 a.m. EST. You know, feel free to correct me, time converters down below, all that jazz. Now, the thing is that the new battle pass is going to be occurring January 7th. You have to be logged in or have your account created for the past 20 days in order to, participate in the new battle pass. After 20 days, it will appear for you. Just note that the new banners are going to be appearing. Investor of Gods and Treasure in the Box on January 9th. They usually tease out the heroes, so we'll show pretty much what they're probably going to be releasing. And then Awakenings are going to be coming for Hersey January 1/6, so January 6th, so that's pretty much tomorrow. New exploration map, Yomi Palace. New battle pass will not appear until the 7th, so that is 2 days from now, right? New features 1/9, limited event, cooperative engagement, growth aids, Investor of Gods, banner treasures in the box. Just note that the treasures in the box up means that this is going to use blue tickets, so maybe that's something good. We don't know yet. Next thing is going to be adjustments to the guild boss and cooperative engagement. So this will make guild boss a little bit more difficult in the sense if they can restore 1000 rage, they can pretty much instantly ult you. And if they can reduce rage, well, you'll never get your ult. So yeah, increasing block rate is also pretty big because you won't be able to deal damage, and all enemies getting 15% of target's max HP. That's pretty much lifesteal, so that's pretty broken, I would say. 10 Saints, they're going to get some adjustments for some things and how ranking goes, so maybe it'll become a little bit more exciting. And then this is probably my favorite part out of the entire update, which is Battle Pass Weekly Max EXP Increase. What does that mean? Everyone will have a higher chance to acquire all of the rewards within the Battle Pass, because I think as a free-to-play or someone who doesn't pretty much get anything, if you just get the normal Battle Pass and you try to complete it, even with like the $8 or $10 one, it's relatively difficult. So with this, most players should be able to get the max rewards for a monthly, weekly battle pass, whatever, or what have you. And for the folks who are like, hey, is it ever worth it to get it late? It's always worth it to get it, because the amount of stuff that you get from the battle pass for like 10 bucks is absolutely insane. All right, next thing is going to be the first dev note of 2021 is a new character, Eileen, which was technically teased out right here. That's Eileen's sprite. And then, there's going to be changes to the guild boss, and cooperative engagement is going to be appearing. Just note that Brooke and Edward are right here. Now, the thing is with Brooke and Edward being right here, that is a high indicator that that is going to be the banners that are going to be appearing. Investor of Gods, as you know, that was, I think, Brooke's old banner. And treasures in the box, I guess that sort of fits like the way Edward's, I guess personality is, because he is, I guess, like somewhat of like a weird summoning unit. I don't know. He's not a summon unit, right? I don't remember, because personally I didn't really look into him that much, and I didn't summon for him. So the next thing is going to be the new year. This video that released by Illusion Connect Global, we're pretty much not going to watch it, but we are going through pretty much, all the images, right? So one of the biggest things is going to be like the new year, events occurring. So January 2021, Hersey's Awakening, UBP Gen 7th, and the new events on January 9th. So the new battle pass is probably the biggest deal. As we know, Aileen is coming. It's not going to be Elena. Elena or Alina was supposed to be the character for our next battle pass, but I'll show you probably why we're going into Eileen instead of Elena, right? And it's super cool that we actually get JP voice actors. I think that's just a small hint that, goes to show that they actually know their audience. And then a little teaser for the actual cooperative engagement, all right? Elena is this character. This was the person that we expected to get for the latest battle pass, and note that they are a Sorc, right? And who doesn't love Sorcs, because Sorc is pretty much the best, comp in the game right now. Anyways, let's jump into this Eileen and her skill. She's going to be a light unit, and what's interesting is she's part of Miskipula. Wait, was she really part of Miskipula? It says right here she was part of Orosboros. I don't know if this is a typo or not. Sometimes this occurs, we'll see when it, you know, pretty much appears. So energy cost is 13, gender is female. That's pretty good to know. The next thing is going to be her skills, right? So her passive pretty much makes it so that everyone gains damage resistance, adds an extra 10% for Charlotte. So Charlotte is going to be another character that's going to be appearing. We'll show her afterwards, right? And then what makes her is a little special is that as a light unit, you know, technically they don't deal too much damage, but they deal average damage. But the fact that she can pretty much make everyone else tankier, I think that's pretty good ability. And then out of the bag, 200% damage, which is relatively low, but this 20% chance to stun is actually pretty good. I think it'll be pretty good in boss modes where, you know, you can stun a boss for that turn, like a freebie, you know, for not dying, right? And then the search begins, 230%, that's her special, which is higher than her unique, which is kind of interesting. But pretty much she damages a single enemy, and, you know, she has a 15% chance, and then get clues is a 100% damage multiplier. So stuns 2 allies on her unique if you get her to 4-star. 5-star, you know, increase her damage resistance for pretty much everyone, right? Or only on the same row as Aileen, right? And then, you know, basic attack increase plus 20%, and then her special increases to ignore, you know, enemy defense, which IMO isn't a big deal, maybe for guild bosses, but I haven't really tried it myself yet. And then special skill plus 15%, which is pretty normal. I will say, just overall looking at her skills, she seems pretty cool. But I don't think she's going to be like, you know, game breaking like the way Miyuki is. Obviously, if she has a rage reduce, that would be really broken. But she also already has a stun. And for the folks who use GG, you already know how like a stun is really quintessential. And the fact that she can stun 2 people is really, really good. So the last bit of news, and probably the most important thing, you know, as we saw Aileen, this is Cafe Neighbor, you know, the KR stuff that's currently occurring. KR is Korea. This is Charlotte. I don't know if Charlotte is going to be releasing for us. I just know that she is here, and, you know, who knows if she decides to come over, but I think they're like a pair, Aileen and, you know, Charlotte. Next thing is going to be the Selena skin, which looks really amazing. I am probably going to get this because, you know, I like Selena, best tank in the game. IMO, just an opinion, don't kill me. All right. This is going to be the boss raid stuff, January 9th through January 16th. This looks a little bit different. This doesn't look like the cooperative engagement that I was thinking of, but maybe this is, you know, cooperative engagement. Note that there are 3 bosses here that are appearing, and there is going to be, you know, like all the raid up characters. I'm assuming that they deal more damage and stuff. And look, there's a new currency right here. I think this is the boss raid or cooperative engagement currency, right? So boss raid rules, pretty much, you know, there's a certain probability to activate it if you do, you know, story, collapse, daily trials, and boss raid. So think of it as like an instance raid that will appear for you, and then folks can help you out, right? Because the boss has a limited time to challenge, and countdown starts when activated. If the boss is not defeated by the end of the countdown, the boss will run away, and a small amount of rewards is paid to the participants. So raid rewards includes all that stuff, MVP, last strike. I think that's pretty important. You know, if you last hit the boss, you get extra stuff. Maximum level is 60. At the beginning it is level 1, right? So that is pretty cool. And then the initial boss rate is 10, and it resets at 0500, which is 10 p.m. PST, and then 1 a.m. EST. And you can purchase an additional 10 raid tickets using diamonds every single day. And, you know, raid coin, boss piece, random SSR piece. I'm curious what this boss piece is, but I'm pretty sure we'll get more info. Random SR piece, and then here's like the exchange shop for, you know, the boss raid coins, which is pretty cool. We get some limited tickets. Look, we can get at least up to 3. I'm curious what this item is in particular. I'm not sure if this is the exact setup we're going to be getting. That looks very similar to like the perks page, like right here, you know, this thing right here. So IMO, that's really cool that we're getting that. And then I don't think we're going to be getting this night regeneration banner because we don't even have this character. I think her name was Natasha. And then lastly, as you guys can see here, Hachishiki is going to be appearing in a limited banner. Now, just note, we are not getting Hachishiki in a limited banner, but this is what I was talking about, where eventually Hachishiki will be released into certain areas. Because KR, I believe, is a little bit older than us, that's why they're getting Hachishiki. So they'll probably wait a couple of months before they actually release the Hachishiki banner for us. It might be a year from now. It might be, you know, next month. I don't know. Like, it can appear whenever it wants. Just note that this is a thing in KR. And like I said, we don't match KR pound for pound, like as far as like summons goes, but we do get similar updates to them, just like in the TW server. Apparently they are getting these updates as well. And just note there's going to be, more limited packages. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting these, so I'm not really going to cover them. There's going to be a login bonus, so that's pretty cool. And then the bug fixes, right? So overall, going over everything as far as like KR is going, like I like the direction where, battle pass characters eventually become limited summon tickets or limited banners and you can summon on them. I like the fact that we are getting more battle pass EXP. This new boss raid event looks very promising. I like how like the Sork leader is up here. Maybe we get a bonus, and then the other leaders are in the background. And then of course I really dig the Selena skin. That is just an easy buy for me. Charlotte, I'm just really not sure if she's going to be appearing, and her hands look really weird right here. Hands are hard to draw. Now, Eileen, though, while it's not Elena, I think she'll add something different. The, PvE boss raid, meta. I think she's going to be quintessential in, landing those debuffs in order to maximize damage when you are doing, guild raids or guild bosses and cooperative engagement, so on and so forth. I think it's looking pretty promising, and I liked one of the comments that I read yesterday on, the videos where pretty much they stated that Illusion Connect is a side game, so it's not something where you can play for endless amounts of times. And I pretty much agree with that statement in the sense of I don't want folks to think this is a game that you can play all day, but at the same time I want something so that folks have a way of min-maxing themselves or knowing that they are slightly better by just participating in something where it's like, hey, I can deal the most damage based off of like this raid event. For example, providing players a practice mode in guild bosses, like, hey, you hit this, the raid boss, and eventually once you deal the appropriate amount of damage using a particular team, then you'll have X amount of damage. Note that it doesn't provide like any benefits because all it does is enable a practice mode, but what it does do is give players something to do for those who want to min-max themselves and just go crazy on Illusion Connect. It doesn't provide any significant gains in the sense of like, whoa, you are able to farm this more because you have more diamonds to do more stage runs. Instead, it just shows, oh, you practice a lot, you put in the work, you created a team that eventually works. Obviously, people will mimic it, but at the same time, it's just something that players can do within the game to constantly improve without adding like a pay-to-win aspect to it, because all it is just trial and error. I think that's what usually gacha players like to see, is trying, different teams, trying different comps, being able to do something where it's fair in the sense of unlimited grinding, but not to a point where it's like, hey, you have to pay to get there. It's just hard work. It's just trial and error, right? So we're just going through arena here. Like I said, I'm going to try and hit king rank. For the most part, I'll show like my account updates and everything and how things are going with this, but I don't want to like show it right now because for some reason I feel like I can do it better. But I'll show my account maybe once we get Eileen tomorrow, because the battle pass should be appearing on January 6th because today is the 5th. So I'm super excited for that. And like I said, she's not going to be game breaking. She's just going to be a utility unit that we can have on the side. So yeah, I'm super excited for all of these updates. I know we're not going to get everything that KR has, like as far as like the banners goes, but honestly, this timeline looks very promising. All the things appearing. I can say that they are doing a really good job, like better than a month or two ago when the game first released, because there are more details in the maintenance. There are better teasers and everything as far as information goes, and just overall I feel like the community is growing with Illusion Connect. We're getting all this information, so yeah. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm super excited to see what this boss raid stuff has entailed for us. Hopefully they add a practice mode eventually so we can min-max do that trial and error thing that we were talking about. Anyways, I will see you in the next one.